Chargers football is back, baby. Oh, you don't believe me? Well, check this out. Justin Herbert just got extended $262.5 million. Quinten Johnston is on the field, and in the first 2 days, he's already turning heads in camp. That's right, first round draft pick. Well, that's not all. J.C. Jackson is J.C. back, son. Yeah, comeback player of the year. Ever heard of that award? Speaking of comeback, this is the first time that the Chargers have been back on the field since the, that was really bad memories. I'm sorry to bring that up. But you know what? Today, we're going to focus on the good things. In the first 2 days of training camp that started on Wednesday, we're going to see what the main storylines are. We're going to look at some clips, but I just want to remind you guys, we're talking about practice.
We're talking about practice. Not a game. We're talking about practice.
So now that Chargers football is back, let's see everything that has gone on so far in training camp since the draft. And while I pull up all these clips and all this information, feel free to like and subscribe to the channel, man. Oh my gosh, football's back. So the main takeaways from day one is J.C. Jackson is back on the field, not playing full speed, but playing well and healthy enough to get that pass breakup on Keenan Allen. I know they don't have those pads on, but the fact that he's moving like that, I think only 7 months after that injury, is really good sign for the future. Day one was mostly focused on special teams because they're trying to ease their way into things, but Keenan Allen and Mike Williams both had some explosive plays, and Joshua Palmer getting in there with a 25-yard catch down the left sideline. And there was also a 50-yard touchdown bomb to John Hightower, getting behind the defense with the explosive speed. Okay, I see you. And that's actually one of the things that Justin Herbert said after day one of practice, is that getting more explosiveness to this offense was at the top of his to-do list. And he's probably going to be able to fulfill a lot of that stuff on his to-do list because he has $262.5 million now, the highest paid player in the NFL. But this contract doesn't really hamstring the Chargers. We'll probably make a whole nother video on that. But this contract is not terrible. You get money and cap space in the NFL so that you can pay guys like Justin Herbert this crazy amount of money. He could buy Eugene, Oregon if he wanted to, and then rename it to Boltville. And that's actually a good idea. Justin Herbert, if you're watching, you should probably do that. The one thing that was raising a little bit of concern on day one of practice was Asante Samuel Jr. wasn't really the starting cornerback. Jamaree Taylor was actually playing over him, a rookie last year, and he didn't really play as well as people would have liked to. It is only day one of training camp, but Jamaree Taylor reportedly struggled a little bit covering guys like Quinten Johnston and Joshua Palmer, obviously Keenan Allen as well, but Asante Samuel Jr. not establishing himself over Jamaree Taylor at this point in year 3, it is a little bit concerning, but it could also be a sign of the amount of depth that we have at the defensive back position, because in day 2, Raheem Lane caught this interception against Michael Ezike, the UCLA tight end, now on the Chargers, and he also had a pass breakup against Donald Parham Jr. Way to go, Raheem Lane. The reports were that the defense basically won on day 2 of training camp. Khalil Mack had a forced fumble on Gerald Everett, and then Derwin James scooped up that puppy and ran it back into the end zone for a touchdown. But, I mean, do we really know if he would have scored on that play? Because in training camp, you know, like, nobody tackles anybody. You're going to get a touchdown on every single play. You know what I mean? And then also, Asante Samuel Jr. nearly had an interception. Michael Davis and Cam Brown both had pass breakups. The offense still had some good moments, though, on day 2 of training camp, because there was this 40-yard touchdown pass to Quinten Johnston. Look at this beauty. This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I could just watch this over and over again. I am so excited about Quinten Johnston, man. And the offense is noticeably throwing a lot more deep passes this year in training camp than they were basically all of last season, and that is because of Kellen Moore. He said that the explosive plays are a focal point in training camp this year. And I also want to point out something interesting that I saw this play. This is a tweet from Chargers Country on Twitter. Make sure to follow him. He's had a lot of good clips coming out from these first 2 days of training camp. But check out Austin Ekeler right here in that empty backfield, Justin Herbert empty backfield. And you see Austin Ekeler out towards the sideline, and he just stops, goes like this. That's his route. That's all he's going to do. Kellen Moore does that a lot with running backs. We're going to see a lot of that next year. I can promise you that. It's something that Kellen Moore likes to do with running backs. Sometimes he does screens from there, and sometimes he's just there to have a defender basically out of the play, because you have to respect Austin Ekeler out out wide like that. Now, last but not least, on day 2 of training camp, we have kicker battles. Yeah, that's very exciting. Dustin Hopkins had 6 out of 8 field goals good. And Cameron Dicker, he didn't kick today, and he's probably going to kick later on in this week. But that's the kicker battle. Dustin Hopkins or Cameron Dicker, the kicker. Who's it going to be? I like Dicker, the kicker, just because of the nickname. So that's where I'm hedging my bets. So that's basically everything that you need to know as of right now. Let me know what you guys are worried about and what you're excited about at, only 2 days into training camp. I know we haven't seen a lot, but we've seen a little bit of them on the field. No pads or anything, but what are you seeing that is concerning you or exciting you? And also, if you don't know some of these guys, then go ahead and click right here, because I made a video about all the undrafted free agents that you might not know that you should know, because some of these guys are going to make the roster. All right, go ahead and check that out. Okay, bye.